All right, CSHL Rink Building Initiative meeting number ? It is Monday, June 12th. Hard to believe. And here we are again with a few updates. I want to kick off tonight's connection and maybe lay out a brief agenda. We'll cover, we had family night a couple weeks ago at Valentine's. We'll talk about how that went and how that's parlaying into some of our summer plans. Want to talk about the board positions tonight, and then also a little bit of Waymer Park updates and what we got going on and how that ball is officially moving forward. May have some other people join us, but for now, Phil Kolb is on. Thank you, Phil, for being here.
Yeah.
Any words of wisdom before we kick off here?
No, it's just so exciting to hear just subsequent calls, just packed agendas, lots of progress on all fronts, and just seeing all these various programs building under the umbrella has just been very gratifying over the last 6 to 9 months. And it just feels like we're picking up steam week by week.
Definitely. And that part of that is the program growing and us getting personnel in the right places. I think, it's important to note that most of our time here is not spent talking about new land or new partnerships or, people with big pockets and big donors. I think that is coming, and it's not that we're not thinking or talking about those things. But as we legitimize the rest of our league and what we're doing here, I think that becomes more of a natural progression and conversation as we go here. So with that being said, stuff like family night is such a huge piece of our program. Family night was something we advertised at Matthews Beachfest, which was about a month ago, which is crazy to think about. We passed out so many flyers and little trinkets to kids, and we had a little mini net out there, and it went great. And family night was the 22nd of May, so we did cancel we had a Memorial Day Monday night Rink Building Initiative meeting that we did not have. So some updates are almost a month old here, so that's okay. But we had a turnout of probably, I don't know, there's some video that we took and some pictures that we shared in the youth newsletter, probably 30 people with parents and kids combined. And I'd say 60 to 75% of those people were first timers, had never been out there before. So it was awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it was really great. And we parlayed that into, we don't really have a place to put people right now. Registration was closed for league, and we're getting a little more strict on, rosters are the way that they are once we start, maybe filling in subs as we go. So some of the adults we've actually mixed into our rec league this past weekend. And then for the kids, what we're saying is, we kind of have a gap between youth hockey and rec league, adult rec league Saturday mornings. For about an hour from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. There's nobody on the rink. There's nobody using it. We're just kind of like wrapping things up with youth, putting things away, and then the adults are rolling in. Mm-hmm. So we're categorizing that as like an open hockey / pickup. Like whoever wants to show up can just come out there and shoot around. So we had, a handful, probably 5 or 8 people this last week, and I think word's going to start to get around that it's happening. It's nothing major or crazy, but especially it's going to be tough for people who are driving maybe more than 15-20 minutes, but for people who are local and want access to the rink, there's a free hour to come and meet people and just shoot around and play some hockey. So that will continue through the summer, through the end of our seasons, which are scheduled to conclude in just over a month. So sometime mid-July, I think July 22nd is maybe the last scheduled date that we have. And as I say that, I just remembered another agenda item that I want to hit before we depart here. So anyways, yeah, 30 people-ish, plus for family night, and just a great turnout, added more people. I sent this out in another video communication piece. We are over 70 people on our youth email distribution, which is insane to think about. And then like over 450 for our adult program, which is tech hockey and roller hockey combined. So yeah, the reach is expanding. We take requests every week still. Like, what's going on? Can I get involved? How do I play? Where do I sign up? All that good stuff.
Is this the first crossover point where youth mailing or distribution has grown, has kind of exceeded that of the adult?
Yeah, so adults are weird because we get it in big chunks. For example, when we did the roller league, we had like 80 people. I just added up all at once because of who was interested in roller. But yes, okay. Yeah, and youth is more like that steady climb, but we do get pops like that, like the family night, and even to Matthews Beachfest. We had like chunks of people that we uploaded at the same time. So, but yeah, almost over 900 people in the program receiving communication is pretty awesome. Yeah. Yep, and then shameless plug, if anybody had a chance to watch, I was interviewed by the NBHL commissioner for winning our tier 3 division last year. And a lot of the initial questions before we got into anything NBHL related was what I do for CSHL and how we built the program. So maybe I'll, like I said, shameless plug. I'll put that link in the meeting notes here for anybody who wants to check that out. But it was cool to talk about and revisit like where the youth program came from and how we started that and like what it is now, and even the adult program, it's cool to remember too. So so that's that. Things continue to progress. I guess let's give an overview, 10,000-foot view of where we are right now, about halfway through the year. We'll be wrapping up our youth summer league in the next month, and also our adult rec league for deck hockey. Right now, currently running roller pickups. I know Haley Gordy has been a godsend for helping coordinate that and listening to feedback and getting feedback from people who are, either struggling to get there or don't want to pay, the fees that are required right now by the YMCA. So right now it's just a Wednesday night pickup for those interested in roller. We're working to expand that to cheapen the price. We have the ear of the YMCA. Their main focus continues to be membership. So I don't know how much wiggle room or how much they're going to work with us on the fees for that, because of course the solution is, well, just get a membership, and 4 times being out there pays for itself for a monthly membership. And I certainly understand here, and even like have voiced the other side of that opinion of, all I want to do is play hockey. I don't want to work out at the Y. I'm not gonna drive a half hour, to do anything but play hockey. So we continue to gain that feedback. We sent out a roller feedback form for the league that we just wrapped up. I know that there's definitely some things we could have done better. It was also our first league run for roller, so we just got a little taste of it. And with some of the board position openings that I'm going to touch on in a few minutes, we got some good news with, people actually overseeing that and dedicated to that within our organization. Instead of like pulled in 50 directions and doing roller, we're going to have a dedicated roller director who's thinking about roller hockey in particular. So that is the 10,000-foot view. So what would be up next is a summer tournament that I want to talk about, and then fall league will start after Labor Day weekend, so September, and that will be here before we know it. I know it's only June now, but it's a couple months away from that. Any thoughts of that, Phil, before I move on? Or
No, that's great. Good stuff all around.
So I guess we'll stay in the timeline. So we have landed a date of, let me get this right first, August, I think it's August 12th, which would be exactly 2 months from today. Is that a Saturday? Yes. So this is deck hockey, ball hockey. We're going to run our summer slapper tournament, I believe, at the YMCA. We do something cool this year. We've already gotten it approved. Maybe start at like 4 o'clock, 5 p.m. And then we'll finish under the lights, and we'll have
cool.
crown champion under the lights for the first time. And we've never done a night tournament like that. So something potentially in the works for roller, nothing solidified yet, but we'd love to do a tournament before. It looks like fall league is going to return there under the CSHL banner for roller hockey there. So that we got plans to do that as well. Still up in the air about an adult league in the fall for Valentine. We will see about that. I think what is for sure is a youth league in Valentine in the fall, and then also in Huntersville as we return there. So those things will solidify over the summer months in the next few weeks here. We'll know more. All right, let me make sure I'm checking things off here. I do want to get in that we had a visit with an organization. I might even look them up while I'm on here and share my screen. Right across from Bojangles Arena, a facility called Lab City or Lab City Charlotte. If you look them up.
Oh, I know. Okay. Yeah, they're on 74, a little bit closer to the city. Okay.
Yep.
What's their deal?
Yeah, so indoor basketball camps is why the location was founded and built. Haley found them on social media. I reached out and found the owner. His name's Andre. And besides basketball, they're looking for other partnerships. They have indoor tile there, and they have 2 facilities. So one is like a regular gym floor, like you'd see in a gymnasium with like a basketball court. So that's kind of off limits for us. But then they have another tile facility that is, playable for us. So we reached out. They were open to meeting. Last Friday, Frank, Haley, and I visited and met Andre in person, and he's interested in getting some details together about what it would look like to partner. And we might start slow with maybe a few youth events and see if that works. And yeah, see if that might develop into a bigger partnership. I think the biggest attraction is that it's an indoor facility. We don't have to worry about weather, and it's got our tiles that we would love to play on. So for both deck and roller.
Wow. Good get, guys.
Yep. So roller poses a bit of a challenge using a puck, just with some of the barriers there. Actually, I think the best picture I have is not online. It's on my cell phone. I took a little what do you call it? The panorama picture. So let me upload that to my Mac real quick, and then I'll share that. Pretty cool facility. We definitely have to do a little bit of rigging up with like netting there to make sure that we can enclose the space for hockey. But just planting a seed here, and I think it was worth it enough to share tonight. That something that we're working on, and we'll continue to work through and see if it's a good match for us.
What are they doing on the tiles now?
Just basketball. They've done like cheerleading stuff, maybe a couple other sports. But I keep asking Andre about his vision for like what kind of partnerships he wants to develop, and where we see eye to eye is values for kids. I told him about our surf program. He loved that. Just being able to teach and coach people through actual life situations other than sports, but using sports to do that. So he enjoyed that, and he likes that, and he's all about that. Biggest thing for our program, big win for CSHL, would be access to his email distribution of, I think he said like 4,000 plus people. So he'll be able to, if we get something going there, speak on our behalf. Hey, 4,000 people, we're now offering hockey for anybody who wants to sign up or check out that sport. So that could be potentially big. So here's a picture. I got a good picture here. It's a little bit skewed here because it's a panorama, but they do have a barrier wall here with netting that comes down from the ceiling, and then we would just need to figure out netting for the rest of it. The basketball hoops may actually be in the area of play. We just have to deal with that, but we could potentially get a net around this whole area. The dimensions were, can't remember what he said. It's like 90 feet wide on the court, because this is the length, right? And then a couple other feet on the side, and then the widths are like 45 feet or something like that. So I think I don't know if I have that right actually, but it's something like that. It's a little bit boxy, and it's not regulation size, but it's tile. Look at that tile.
Wow.
So, yeah, could eventually be attractive to us. So I think we're gonna have some more announcements as we go with this potential partnership. As I got to get him in like insurance, and he wants to check out a couple references of ours just to do his due diligence. So we're a ways away from that, but worth it enough to mention on tonight's meeting here.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
It's not a bad location either.
Yeah, we were thinking that it's like between, right? So Huntersville,
Yeah.
Valentine, South, and then this is kind of like in the middle there.
Right, without having to go through Uptown.
Yeah. All right, so I mentioned Summer Slapper. I want to hit Waymer Park real quick. I think we get a lot of requests about, where funds go in our program and what we raise money for. And I just want to go over tonight the deal that we made with Huntersville. They originally mentioned when they were resurfacing the tennis court to pickleball that they didn't have any funds. They had projects at the park that were ongoing, and nothing could really be allocated to the hockey program. Somehow magically money got freed up, and they're willing to pay for some stuff to help us out and convert the basketball court. So what it came down to was, we want it to be as legitimate as possible. So we're doing those plastic dasher boards. And we wanted a bench area and timekeeper and penalty box. So the deal we made with them is we would pay for that portion, and they would pay for the rest of it. So I want to be super transparent tonight. I guess this is my my call, right? I'm the CEO. I get to uncover all the little details that I want, right? So here's the proposal that Huntersville is paying for. So you can see they're paying for the Pro Wall products. This is the option that we went with some upper containment. So this is the fencing area. They're going to have their own fence to install as well, and then probably some netting above that. So you can see the price tag, about 36,000 for this part, and then another like 20,000 for that part. So you know, as difficult sometimes as that partnership has been, we've been there a very long time and they're helping us out here. We appreciate Michael J. Cox, who's the director up there, and they're really coming through for us big time. It's not going to be ours or CSHL's, but it's going to be in the park, and we're going to have basically first right of refusal scheduling on it. So,
Nice.
yep. And we heard actually today that Huntersville has submitted their deposit for it. They're now waiting for ours, which is the next part I want to show. So this is the part that CSHL will be contributing, and is right around that $8,000 range. And you know, this is all written out. So what the hell is this? Oh, I got a picture for it. So picture this, I believe this is the far side of where the shed and the storage is at the park, if anybody knows where that is. So this will be on the far side of the basketball court, which we will start calling it the hockey rink. But these two 8-foot by 8-foot panels are bench number 1. So it's about 16 feet wide. You know, I have no idea. I'm trying to like think of the bench at Ballantyne, if that's like a little bit smaller than Ballantyne. 16 feet. Yeah, it's probably about the same. Maybe give or take a couple feet. Then 4 feet for a penalty box. And these are little dividers in between, so you can walk through, but they're still divided.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, this is 8 feet for a penalty box, so nice and cushy in there. You know, you can get comfortable in there, fit a lot of
You
people.
get a couple guys in there.
Yeah. 4 feet for the timekeeper, 8 feet for another penalty box, and then of course the other players bench, 16 feet wide. For anybody who might complain about how much room is in these places, we only had 60 feet or less between where the basketball hoops are out. So now that those are going to be put outside of the hockey rink, we had to fit the bench, because the bench area will bump up into them if it was too long. So we're on the safe side a little bit with 52 feet, with about 60 feet, 56 feet to work with there. So will be on the far side there. Super exciting. So that's Huntersville. So yeah, as far as timetable, I guess it takes about a month to manufacture. So we're looking at late July for delivery. And then while that's happening, Huntersville will be resurfacing that basketball court with a 2-inch overlay of asphalt. And then they're going to resurface with the tennis court material. So roller hockey friendly, I guess. I think they've been trying roller pickups up there with the fence. I think with dasher boards, and even though it's going to be tennis court surface, it's going to be much more doable for roller pickups up there, which is great. And then, you know, our ultimate goal is that we want to retrofit that with tile at a certain point so that we can do both deck and roller up there. Things happening.
I mean, I'm just thinking back, Josh, a year ago, we had 0 roller hockey, and now we have this level up. You got Ballantyne, you guys have activated, Lab City possibly, and now I didn't even know, I guess some activities happening up in Wamer. So
don't look now. Slowly but surely.
That's cool.
I forgot about this. So here is the court. There is one disappointing detail that we just had to deal with. You see the red and the green lines. Ours are going to be the red lines. So we have one little piece in the corner that's 45 degrees, and unfortunately that's going to be our corners. We wanted the green lines and to make it much more of an official hockey rink with a radius in the corner. Unfortunately, that cut off too much of the basketball court, and they couldn't expand the asphalt further because of the tree line there. So this is just what we're dealing with. I can't even remember. Actually, this is the more accurate one. So here's the dimensions. Approximately 114 feet the long way, which is, if I remember correctly, maybe just a few feet longer than the Wamer Park tennis court. And then the width is that's the biggest difference. So 76 feet across. So it's going to give more room. Maybe we'll play 5-on-5. It's going to be like the perfect youth hockey rink, and just a little bit expanded for the adults, which is good too. So that's what we're dealing with. So that's at Huntersville. So yeah, so end of July delivery. Meanwhile, the surface is getting taken care of. Then the installation takes place. So as long as that happens in August, we will be back in Wamer Park for Fall League up there for at least deck and maybe some roller pickups. We'll figure out what we're going to do for roller there.
So a bit of a technical question. You said they're putting a 2-inch repave of the asphalt. How thick is the tennis court overlay?
That's a great question. I think it's just like a finishing surface type of deal.
Okay.
If you were to go there now, especially by the basketball hoops, the asphalt's like bumpy. So that's the idea with the 2-inch overlay, is just to like flatten it. And then they'll put the surfacing down for the tennis court material.
Okay. Great. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yep, it's skatable. It's not ideal, but you know, it's skatable with roller. So with dasher boards, I think that's going to make all the difference. And I guess we'll find out if those can take some pucks.
Yeah, wheel manufacturer do a brisk business out there, I think.
Yeah, do that. All right, so the last agenda item is board positions. So if you belong to our Facebook group, which Phil does not, so this is the first time Phil is hearing of this. We made some announcements with some board position openings, and there's some changes here. So a few things going on at the same time. There's currently 6 board positions before our most recent change. The secretary is the only position with the non-voting position. Then there's the chief executive officer, marketing, operating, administration, and financial. So 5 people who have voting positions and are making decisions. And those are 2-year positions. All right, so every 2 years, 3 positions come up, and then on the opposite year, 2 positions come up. So 3 positions are coming up this year, and 1 person is stepping back. So there's 4 major board positions that are open. And then we're also opening up another, I think it was 5 board positions. So there's currently 9 openings. And then our secretary wants to slide into another role. So up to 10 openings, and I'm going to share that on the screen now, between the CEO, CMO, CFO, COO. New position is commissioner for our adult rec league, or I'm sorry, adult ball hockey league. Director of youth hockey has not been a position officially until now, so that will be an official board position with a vote. Secretary is open, as I mentioned, and then advisory board openings. So these are, you know, more peripheral positions, people who don't want to maybe attend a monthly board meeting, but want to be involved in some way, shape, or form. We figure that parent of the youth program or some sort of community member, somebody who has ideas and wants to share and maybe act as a liaison for other parents and people who have opinions. Our roller hockey leader, actually, we more recently dubbed them the roller hockey director, will oversee our roller hockey operations. And then our website social media manager. We just have so much content that we could be sharing that we're missing on either advertising upcoming events or recording video and pictures from, you know, some of our successful events. So these are the positions that are open right now. If you visit our Facebook page, we do have like little clips of this, of what the actual positions entail. Maybe I'll just throw them up for the recording here. You guys can pause and go back if you want to read into these more in depth. So here's our COO. Here's CMO. This is the CEO, CFO, secretary, director of roller hockey. We've already gotten some interest in that. I'm very happy about that. Director of youth hockey, parent community member, and social media manager. I think that's everything.
Wow.
Yeah. So by this time in the fall, CSHL leadership will look completely different. I want to, you know, I got a lot of feedback like, oh my gosh, like what's going to happen? I have no worries about this transition. I think the board, who is all stepping back or not renewing their term, is committed to making sure that, you know, when people are in positions, we're going to help them. If there's a position that doesn't get filled, we will wait there and people will fill in that position until it gets filled. When the dust settles, whether that's August or September or 2026, we will have more people in these positions. And what that means is less responsibilities for each person. We just had 5 people, maybe /6 people that were doing all these things, and we just needed help. We just need more manpower. So when the dust settles, we will have 11 board positions and new people, new fresh faces with good ideas here to continue on what we've been building. I plan on fully continuing this rink building initiative and being involved as a CSHL ambassador, whether I take another position or I don't. And I feel like other board members feel strongly about that as well. So don't panic, don't be nervous. We got this. We built this too much for us to just like hope that it goes okay. We're going to see this through over the summer. We'll take June, July, and August to do interviews and make sure we get the right people. And then September, we'll, you know, as we kick off fall league at all locations, we'll have some announcements to share with everybody about who's in what position. Oh, Deep breath.
I'll
That's all
spare you the
fun, though.
Q&A, Josh. We'll let everyone watch the video and then email their questions to you.
Yeah, there we go. All in good fun. I mean, we're having fun building this. It's been hard work, but yeah, I think I may have shared this in the past. It's like, well, if I wished I didn't do this, what would I do with my free time? I'd be working with hockey stuff. Like this is where I would want to be. So
Yeah.
I'm doing the things that I would want to be doing with my free time. So I just remind myself to be grateful about that. And we're so close with a lot of major things, and we keep going. We're going to get our ultimate goal, which is to build a couple outdoor rinks side by side, host tournaments, to have roller deck, everything out there. That's coming.
I'm sure you've heard the city's push for the big tennis clinic or the big tennis facility out on the River District. Have you heard that?
No, I have not heard that.
This popped a couple of weeks ago. There, and I don't know how far. It'd be worth an inquiry or two there. I mean, but yeah, there's a big push to use some of the developing area out in the River District there, west of the city, close to the airport, and build and turn Charlotte into a little bit of a tennis destination. So I don't know where that is, but that caught my ears simply because we've used that terminology with respect to ball and inline hockey here in the past. And I think it's interesting why they're focusing on tennis.
Yeah.
But there's an evolution there, right? I think we're seeing the city start to, acknowledge and embrace some of these other some of these other drivers to the area, economic and otherwise. So perhaps there's hope. But anyhow.
Where was that again? You said the river. I don't even know where.
Yeah, so the River District is think of it as the next Ballantyne out when you're the airport, just a giant master plan community. It's probably a 2-decade project from soup to nuts if it's ever finished. So they're redeveloping just a giant swath of land out there. So I'm sure some of it will be waterfront, but it's largely undeveloped land that's going to be just a big basket of commercial, residential, maybe some light industrial, I imagine so, with the airport and the internodal there. And so it sounds like they're trying to bring something unique to that area, much at least now in the vein of tennis. So kind of interesting.
All right, yeah. So if I Google it, what should I Google?
I bet you we could easily find a few news blurbs on that.
River District. Never heard of that. Maybe I'm showing my.
Yeah, here it is. Yeah, City Council to decide on using public funding for River District Tennis Complex. $65 million for proposed tennis facility.
Wow.
Wait, and here's a number: 400 million. 40 tennis courts, open space, an amphitheater. I mean, they're calling a campus a tennis campus. It's interesting. I wonder where this genesis came from.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna include a link. I think I see the same article here, so I'll put it in our notes here.
Yeah, you just turn a couple of those into ranks, we'll be all set, huh?
Yeah, no problem, right?
South America has a big inline hockey following.
Somebody told me that they play in a tournament in like the Bahamas, and then somebody else told me like another random like island down there, and they have hockey. They have hockey, like what? We can't get one here, and they have one down there.
I was doing just there's a lot of good inline hockey videos on Instagram, but I was watching some of that, and there was one of the comments was in Colombia, they some of these teams are founded when the players are very young, and the way the leagues are fashioned, players can't move around, so they develop these incredibly loyal, intense fan bases for inline hockey in Columbia, South Carolina. South America. Let me be very clear.
Yeah.
South of the border. I just think it's so freaking cool. But yeah, we can't get it here. Top 15 city in the US.
Unreal.
But hey, we're making progress.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm taking you all sorts of wacky.
No, that's good. I'm gonna include that link because it's good. Maybe somebody knows somebody over there that we can maybe ping somebody, bend somebody's ear. But yeah, good stuff. I will throw some links together, maybe some pictures as well, and put this in our notes tonight, and we'll share this video shortly here.
Awesome.
Anything else, Phil?
No, good stuff, Josh. I know you're doing a lot. You got your hands full here, but it's really remarkable to see all the progress in such a short time. I know I'm a broken record on that, but it really does work.
Yeah, no,
Mentioning.
and thanks for being here. And you know, especially as we think about positions moving forward, I think about someone like you. Don't want to put words in your mouth, but even like serving on a committee is just so helpful. You know, whether that's role or whatever, just to share your ideas. I know you have good ideas and you've shared them before. So that role or director, whoever that is going to need tons of help and guidance on doing the right thing and building this out. And we're going to make sure that we trust that person to do that. But anybody else that's, and if you want it to be you, you know, we'd love for you to apply for that position. So.
Well, I appreciate the kind words. I'm definitely thinking about something. I don't know. I might have to give up my rink building initiative responsibility. But no, I'm definitely thinking. I love the group. I mean, I really do feel like I've kind of found a home here, and yeah, definitely interested in continuing being involved and perhaps, you know, becoming more involved down the road. So
Awesome, love it.
Cool.
We'll take you however you come, Bill. Appreciate you. All right, well, have a good night, and we'll see you again in a couple weeks here.
Sounds great. See you, Josh.
All right, take care.